It's the Paris Chong Show. It's the Paris Chong Show, show. It's the Paris Chong Show.
I've never been on a podcast where it's just two people. It's pretty cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, it makes you more comfortable. Disco's
No,
watching
that's
us.
fine. I should have brought
Hopefully he
Jack.
won't start doing anything embarrassing. Like, I feel like I have fuzzballs all over me. Not kidding. Okay, hi everybody. Welcome back to the Paris Chong Show. Guess who I am? Yep, that's right. I'm Paris Chong. And thank you so much for listening and subscribing and tuning in every week. I've been getting some really lovely feedback. And today we are going to talk to a very amazing graffiti artist and painter and dear friend, Danny Minnick.
Thank you, Paris.
Now you said, sorry, I'm fixing my broad. You said you wanted to talk about McDonald's.
No, you said that your son got sick by McDonald's, so I was just referring if like your electricity goes out and you're hungry and you like don't have no electricity, you could take a McDonald's French fry and you could light it, and it'll be a candle for you.
Have you done that?
Yeah, I have.
It works.
Yeah.
That's really bad. That's
Yeah.
like when you put your tooth in a Coke, a glass of Coke, it will eat the whole tooth in like so many hours. So let's keep away from McDonald's and Coke. Sorry, McDonald's. Anyway, so
Love McDonald's.
I'm so happy you're here.
Thank
I
you.
reached out to Danny a while ago to come in, but he's been so busy because he's been painting and doing shows all over the world. I knew you were getting ready to do something in China when I was at your studio last, which was last
Singapore.
year. Singapore. You were going to Singapore,
Yeah.
so you were busy painting for that show, and then now you're leaving for Boston tomorrow.
Yes.
And you're showing at the gallery.
The Pellis Gallery. Alfredo
Oh.
Pellis, yeah.
What part of Boston is that in?
It's in Mass. It's 73 Newberry Street.
Okay. All right. Well, you know we have a store there.
No.
Yeah, we have a store, and is it Back Bay? And yeah, so I've been to Boston 4 times.
Okay.
I can't get in trouble in that town.
Well, maybe you should go try still art from the museum and see if we can get you in trouble.
No, it's very conservative in Boston. I don't know if Boston and I are like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. But I like Boston. Have you been there?
Yeah, I was just there for my daughter's graduation.
Oh, that's right. Your daughter's there. And congratulations. Danny has a 19-year-old daughter that I just found out about today. I thought you just had the one daughter. He just became a new father 6 months ago.
Yeah, and she slept for 12 hours last night.
That's got to be a good feeling. That's why you could be here today.
Yeah, and she's starting to eat like solid. So like the other day it was a sweet potato, then it was a banana, and it's just, it's just very special.
Oh, what's her name?
Danny Rose.
Danny Rose.
Yeah.
And have you painted her yet?
Yeah, actually I did.
Yeah.
It's called Woman and Child. It's a very specific painting. When she was very small.
Yeah.
Not a baby yet, kind of, you know what I mean?
So it looks like fatherhood really is doing wonders for you because you look so happy.
I am happy when you get to a point where you're just well, for me, I love my wife, and I just like it takes a long time. For me, it took a long time to be with someone. Like everyone knows, like relationships are very difficult.
Very.
Yeah, and she's like from New York. She's street smart. She's amazing. Yeah, she's surreal.
Where'd you meet her?
I met her at the dog park.
Oh.
Yeah, by the actor.
Jack?
No, with my other dog that passed away, Louie. But yeah, it was the dog park at the William Hurt, like next to the Actors Studio on Sunset.
Oh, that's really cute to meet someone at the dog park.
Yeah.
That gives me ideas. Disco, we're gonna go to the dog park more.
Disco wants to go to the dog park.
Disco
He's ready,
actually
dude.
hates the dog park. He sees a dog and he starts running. Disco doesn't know he's a dog. When I take him to the dog park, he starts running the other way and doesn't want to go in there. It's very strange. He's like, "Why are you taking me around all these weird, hairy people?" I'm confused. He doesn't like going to the dog park. He hates it.
Disco, have you looked in the mirror? Like, you're pretty hairy, dude.
Jack's cute, your dog.
Thank
You have a pug.
Yeah.
And I love your studio. Danny has a really beautiful painting studio with some very large pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been in that studio?
Since the pandemic, 2000.
Oh, that's really, not that long.
Yeah, 4 years, because I had a studio downtown and a studio in New York and London, and then the pandemic hit, and downtown was really weird because it was like on the top floor of like 9th and Alameda. Was that where it was? Or 9th and... Okay, and then I got this studio. This gentleman by the name Aldolfo came by with his girlfriend. They were very interested in work, and he owns all these buildings in Hollywood. And he showed this place to me, and it was and I
It's a
turned it into
great spot.
yeah.
It's a really great spot.
It's
So do you paint every day?
yeah, I painted this morning, yeah.
Did you paint that? I'm just kidding.
No, I didn't, but your friend did, and I really enjoy
This
this.
is actually my friend Marco's father made this for me, and I have it off to the side. But Danny's like, no, let's put this up there. Let's put it up. So I had it off to the side, but I thought it'd be kind of funny to change out the art today. Usually we have you bring in your art, but we'll plug in some pieces, whatever you send us when
No,
we
that's
edit
fine.
the show. So now, how many pieces do you have in the show in Boston?
18.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a big gallery.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Your paintings are big.
no, these I did like I did 5 sets of 48 by 36s,
Oh, that's not that bad.
and yeah, it's called vocation. You know, vocation is just
Yeah.
about your job. That's what my job. I'm a painter.
What's the largest? Because you were doing some really huge pieces when you were
8
last.
by 8 is the
Yeah.
biggest one in this
Okay.
show. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the? Do you sell a lot of the bigger sizes or
Yeah.
doesn't? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did the show do last year?
In Singapore?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Sold out twice.
You did? Oh, I love that. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was hi.
Are you going to freeze?
No, freeze happening. Well, I'm
While you're
definitely gonna be
gone.
freezing while I'm in Boston, but
Yeah. You're going.
I'll
You are going to freeze.
I'll
You're
be
going to freeze in
going my
Boston.
shows during that time in
That's better.
Boston.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you done freeze?
No, I don't think I have.
Leica hasn't done freeze either, but I would love to do freeze at some point. It's a different, but it's been kind of different here, the art market here, don't you think? After everything that's
You
happening,
smell Jack
Disco. What are
and
you doing,
Julie.
Ethan?
Oh, dude, so wild. So yesterday, because I have 2 pugs, my wife has a pug named Juicy Julie, and my studio's like in Hollywood, but someone like smoked a blunt and left the part of the blunt on the ground, and I didn't catch it, and she ate a piece of it, dude, and
Oh
like,
no.
yeah, and I was like, I was working, and then she started just like swaying, and I'm like, Julie, are you okay? And like, she's like, "Brah." So I had to take her to ER yesterday. It was like,
What?
yeah, because she ate a piece of weed.
That's
She was baked like a
awful. I
cake.
know once Disco got underneath my lounge chair when I was laying out in Florida I was drank some of my margarita.
Yeah,
It was pretty
it's
gnarly after that. She got,
selfish addicts.
yeah, no, it's not good. It's
Yeah.
not
So
good.
I kind of lit up the place that people work next to me and said, "This can't be happening. You gotta, if you're gonna smoke blunts, like put them in the ashtray
Yeah, that's not
or
good.
do
But
what you need to do. Like don't leave stuff there."
oh, so you had a hectic day yesterday.
Yeah.
I had a hectic weekend because my son was sick, like because of the McDonald's. But he was very, very sick. I don't think I've ever seen him that sick. But the
S-
baby's doing okay. Baby's not been sick.
No, she's amazing.
Yeah. Do you
Sh
want more kids?
I mean, maybe I don't, if that's what God wants me to do, I'll do it. But right now,
Yeah.
I'm just,
Happy.
yeah, very happy.
You don't want to go for the boy?
It's interesting you say that because I was like, I want a boy, I want a boy. I mean, but then I saw my friend's 2 sons like fighting each other, hitting the head with baseball, like a baseball. It was just wild. I don't know. I mean, I have 2 girls.
Yeah.
There's a whole meaning if you have a girl or a boy. So if if the man's sexual energy overpowers the woman, usually it's a girl, and then
Yeah.
vice versa.
I've heard that before. My dad has 6 daughters.
Yes, you know.
Yeah, so I've heard that before. So that's a good sign. But you don't want to have a little boy to teach how to skateboard? Are you going to teach the girls how to skateboard? Because you're also a skateboarder. That was your first love, right?
Yeah, I was a professional skateboarder for a really long time, but my daughter already is like she's 6 months flipping her board up. She
Oh,
has
she
like this
knows how.
little board
I
that my friend
love
Keegan
that.
sent her. Yeah, it's cool.
Do you still skate?
I push her around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know Patrick Noho?
of course. I love Patrick.
I haven't seen. Do you know that he was one of the first shows I ever did when I started working in the art business? He's a really good. He draws.
I love
He,
Patrick.
I know. I haven't seen him in. I don't know what happened to him. He kind of disappeared. Where are you, Patrick Noho? Looking
Patrick.
for Patrick Noho.
So Patrick, he was working for a magazine called Heckler at the time in '96, I
Hmm.
believe. And my second film that I've edited, film directed was all skateboarders, and it was called Balance in the World of Chaos. And he was the gentleman working there, and he like sponsored my video, and
Did he
like yeah, he
really?
was
Oh,
really
so you really know him.
yeah, he's cool, man.
Yeah,
He's
I
always been a
love him. He
good
was a
peeps.
really
We
good
good?
friend of mine for many, many years. No, but so Patrick was one of one of the first artists I work with, and we were really, really close.
At
And then he
Leica?
kind, No, way before Leica. You know, I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been at Leica for 10.
Okay.
But I used to work a lot with painters in my early art career. You know, I worked with Joshua Elias. You know, Joshua Elias was one of my best sellers. I've sold Warhols. I've sold a lot of paintings.
Mm-hmm.
But for some
Have
reason,
you sold a Danny Minnick?
no, but I'd want to. I want to. Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm gonna sell a Danny Minnick. I'm gonna sell a Danny Minnick. So we're gonna put up some pieces up later so you can see what's for sale, and then you can call me when you want to buy one. I'll give you a good deal. Yeah, I want a Danny Minnick. So now, so you went from skateboarding to painting
Mm-hmm.
and fatherhood,
Mm-hmm.
and then you also were an actor.
Mm-hmm.
And do you ever see yourself acting again?
Yeah, I mean, I just did a movie called The Year of the Rooster opposite Robert Miano, Bob
Oh my
Miano.
God, you did?
Yeah, it's coming out. It's a beautiful movie. Bob's a dear friend of mine from the Actor Studio.
I love this.
If you didn't know, if you've seen Donnie Brasco, he plays Sonny Red.
Yeah, yeah,
Great,
yeah.
great New Yorker. Grew up with. You're talking about Al Pacino. He grew up with
Yeah.
Al Pacino, best friends. Bob, you got a quarter. Those guys are amazing. Anyways, so I did a movie with him. Me and him worked a lot at the studio stage. We did American Buffalo and some other work, and he had this part for the script, and he was the lead. It's called The Year of the Rooster. Bob is phenomenal in it, and I'm kind of like his sidekick.
So what's your character's name?
James Maroos.
James Maroos.
Yeah,
And you're his sidekick.
I'm his sidekick.
Oh my God, I want to see this.
Yeah.
When does it come out?
It's interesting. He just sent me the trailer right before I got here. The trailer's out. I'm
I
pretty much
love
doing
this.
the poster for Bob. I want to do the poster for the movie. It will be cool. And then yeah, it's like Johnny Roast Beef is in it. He's from Great Man. He's from A State of Grace, and he's also from Goodfellas, and Mossy Furlong's in it. He's in a lot of movies with like The Rock and all these cool people.
Johnny Roast Beef.
Yeah, Johnny Roast Beef.
That's his name?
Yeah, it's his
That's
real
like
name.
being Paris Turkey Club or something. What a crazy name.
Be careful.
I don't
Johnny
want
Roast
to-
Beef.
Johnny Roast Beef?
Yeah.
Like that's his
Yeah,
stage name.
he's in Goodfellas. He's also in State of
Okay,
Grace with Gary
okay.
Oldman. They're like where they get in the fight right
Oh.
there. Like, yeah, he's amazing, great actor.
I love that you're still acting.
Yeah, I love acting.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
So out of all, so you're multi-talented. So you paint, you skateboard, you're an actor,
Mhm.
and you do make movies.
Yeah, I'm up to direct this really cool movie called The Elephant Ride, and it was pretty much workshop at the Actors Studio by the great Marty Landau and Penny Allen, rest in peace, and Lou Antonio, and my friend Daniel DeWallen. Is pretty much a story about how like he used to drive like Mick Jagger, all these cats, and like it's pretty much a true story about that. And yeah, we're gonna direct that soon, probably in the next year. It's gonna a lot of my dear friends I sent it out to really love it. It's the most beautiful love story.
You
Like
guys are so talented. When's your birthday?
January 23rd.
So you're an Aquarius? Wow. Oh, happy birthday. It was
Thank
just, you
you.
just had it.
Yep.
Wow, you're so busy. How do you find the time to do all of that?
8 hours of work, 8 hours of rest, 8 hours of play, 24 hours.
I like that. When I even saying that to you though, I'm thinking that how do I find the time to do everything I'm doing? But I guess you just have to find the time, right? Do you like your mug?
Now that's a cup of coffee.
He's got coffee. I've got water.
I
Yes,
love
thank
it.
you, Yenna and Henry, for the Paris Chong
Yeah,
Show mugs at Preferred Projects.
I love that you gave me a coffee cup and filled it
Yeah,
with
all
coffee.
the guests get a Paris Chong mug, but and then my friend Little Mary made me into a cartoon, so I thought that was really cool.
Mary did a sweet job.
Little Mary, I love you, Little Mary. Well, you are so 8 hours sleep, 8 hours play, and 8 hours work. So you only work.
8 hours of work, 8 hours of play, 8 hours of rest.
So you work 8 hours a day and then you cut it off.
Yeah, like usually I get up like around 5 a.m., pretty much 5 a.m., grab the baby, change her diaper, hand her to her mom, walk the dogs, feed the dogs, get coffee, be at the studio by 6, and then work till like 1, have lunch, and then be out by 2, then go home, chill, do whatever, and then yeah, dinner by 6, 7 the
That's
latest,
good. You have
and
a
then
good
sleep by
schedule.
9.
This sounds similar to my schedule.
Yeah, my wife said, dude, if you start going to sleep before the baby, that's not fair.
Wow. And where is your family?
My married family?
No, I know where your married family is, but where's your mom and dad?
My pops passed away. My mother is in Seattle.
Where you're from,
Well,
right?
yeah, everyone's in Seattle still.
Do you ever miss Seattle?
No,
Never.
no. Last time I went was pretty tough. I took a dear friend of mine, KJ, who was finishing this show, and we drove back down. And I was like, you really want to see what kind of like addictions like, I'm gonna show you right now. And like he saw my two brothers were just, I mean, they're like in Seattle right now. It's called the Blues. It's fentanyl. It's really bad. People are
Oy.
smoking it, and like it's just very sad. So yeah, when I was there, kind of seen that. Got my brother in rehab. He was there for like a couple months, which was beautiful about the rehab. The rehab that I knew the gentleman at, it was like 50 racks for the rehab, and I traded him a painting to put my brother in rehab,
Oh, that's
which was really
cool.
beautiful. But I pray for him. I hope he's doing well. And yeah,
You have two brothers?
three.
Three
Yeah,
brothers. Oh, I
three
have three
brothers.
sisters.
Yeah,
I have three
I'm the
sisters.
youngest.
Oh, and there there's two brothers that are in recovery.
Yeah, I think all of
Yeah.
them are, hopefully.
So your mom, are they near your mother?
Yeah,
Wow, that she must be stressed out, huh?
yeah, she's
Worried
doing her
about her.
thing.
Yeah, so you don't have the grandparents to help with the baby. Too far away.
No, we didn't really need the grandparents. Like my wife's mom's coming, but we had a night nurse the first 4 months. So if you
Oh,
want to have
that's
a
good.
beautiful, like anyone, you should get a night nurse, especially for your wife for the first
I
four
didn't have
months.
any help.
Dude,
And I've
it's
been a single
brutal.
mom for most of the time.
It's
So
it's
yeah, I
not
didn't have
even
any
it's
help.
not even
It's not easy, right?
it's not it's not it's not
I
easy.
was lucky though. My son slept through the night. He was that was one good thing. And Disco's been amazing. Disco sleeps through the night too. So that was okay, but just doing everything, every ride, every school play, all the homework, everything. It's been
Yeah,
a lot.
it's
Yeah.
it's
But
it's it's a lot.
it's rewarding. It's rewarding. So now when you leave for Boston,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like do you get nervous when you do your shows, or are you just really excited, or is it just like so you're so used to it, it's not like a big deal anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited and nervous. But I got a kind of a really cool, amazing new studio manager, DJ Harmon. She kind of like got to my schedule
Mhm.
like perfectly. So like, I'm there right when I land, hotel check-in, go do the install, boom, talk to Arts Humanity, go here, just like very, very structured. I think any good points to any artist or, discipline is the most focused thing you need to like besides your art. Like all the hard work and art is beautiful and creating things are beautiful, but you have to be very disciplined, man. You have to be very disciplined in
Mhm.
what you're doing and where you're going and what you want to do. And like there's a lot of beautiful artists that are like, some people say artists are insane. You could be an insane artist, but you can't be talking to people insane. You gotta be
Yeah.
able to communicate. And
Well, that I think we're both
I
friends
I
with,
know, I know,
yeah,
it's okay, but
yeah,
yeah, I
we have
understand.
a very well-known artist, but yeah, so, it's funny you should say that. Do you remember Toxic?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
love
blanking on his
Toxic.
yeah, Toxic's a cool dude. I met him
Yeah.
in Florence. He was really good friends of a good friend of mine, and she took me to meet him.
Hmm.
And we went to his house, and it was like up this crazy dirt road in the middle of nowhere, and finally get to this villa. I mean, it was like a place you couldn't even find directions to. It was
Hmm.
crazy. And so we got there, and he was such a cool guy.
Yeah.
He was, he was one of Basquiat's best friends, and he
Hmm.
was in that famous painting that I love, the Hollywood African. But
Yeah.
it's one of my favorites, and I just saw it live at the Whitney
Yeah,
a
me
couple months
too.
ago.
Me
It was
too.
amazing. I was like tears in my eyes that I was standing right in front of it, close enough to touch. That's one of my favorite paintings,
It's
and Toxic's in it. He's the
so
only one.
big.
Yeah, it's huge, and
In Rom LZ.
Rommel Z,
Yeah.
and Toxic's the only one who's still alive, and out of
Yeah.
the three of them in the painting. So he was saying that he has to lock himself up in this house or he won't get his paintings done. He's like, I have to stay really disciplined. If I was down in the city, I wouldn't get what I need to get done, and I need to just close myself
Yeah.
off and just paint and paint and paint. Or because he had a show coming up in Paris, so he's like, I just have to be up here doing it like this, or I could get in trouble.
But New York is beautiful. When I have my studio on Bowery and Broome, it's like you have the
So
energy
nice.
from the city, you have the energy from going to museums, and then you go paint, and then you go
Bowery
back
and
out.
Broome, isn't that where the Club Aria was?
Maybe it's
I
on
think.
136 Bowery. It's my dear friend Harif Guzman's studio, and I rented it from him, and I did a lot of work for a lot of couple years in there,
Wow.
and it
Yeah,
was
I
surreal.
think that was, no, I'm not sure. No, maybe it wasn't, but there used
The
to be a
club
very
where
famous
Keith
club.
Haring and
It
all
was
those
a
guys went.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
that
right
club.
there. Yeah, that's right there.
Yeah,
That's what.
that club changed my life. I
Yeah.
went there when I was like a teenager. I was out there in New York, and I went to that nightclub, and I ended up meeting my
Yeah, some guy
ex-boyfriend, and the
owned it or
whole
something.
yeah, it was
Some
crazy. It was the like Warhol was always there, and Keith Haring. It
Yeah.
was like a real,
Yeah.
and Basquiat was always there.
Yeah.
Grace
Yeah.
Jones. It was like such an artist hub.
Yeah.
But I thought that was sounded like where
No,
it was.
it's right around the corner because my friend
Yeah.
Al Diaz, he used to go there too. Like he's a dear
Yeah,
friend
it
of
was
mine when he comes
wild.
to
I'm
yeah.
glad I could say I went to that place. I think it was like even more hip than Studio 54. Studio 54 was more like disco stuff, but this was like really like a lot of artists.
Hmm.
But that's a nice place to go to paint in New York. Do you go to New York a lot?
Yeah, I just went there recently. I donated a painting out for an auction charity for people in recovery, and my wife is family's from there, so we took the baby, and it was really cool.
I love New York.
I love New York.
Could you live there?
I don't visit. I like being there.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
and
like
this
being
last time
cold.
was a trip because like usually it's just run and gun, but I have my wife and daughter, so we
Mm,
had to like schedule everything. In like New York, you're just like
yeah.
when time to go, it's different.
Yeah, I'm spending a lot of time in New York right now because I'm doing some work with the Gansevoort, and then we just opened up a new gallery there. So I've been going out there a lot. I think I have to go there about 4 or 5 times this year, but I do love it there.
The Leica Gallery.
They opened a Leica in the
Yeah,
meatpacking.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you know Rob.
yeah,
You go.
Rob.
Yeah,
I love
that's
Rob.
right.
I
I know
love
Rob.
Rob.
We love Rob Terrell.
He
Shout out
gave,
to Rob T.
yeah, he showed like we had a little book signing there thing, and
Oh,
I
that's
have
right. Weren't you gonna? You were supposed to do some work with something or other, like some.
no. There's a painting though there called a traptic, and it's like a trapdoor diptych. An MBD
Oh.
never been done. It's a really cool piece that's in there. Yeah, we
Where's
had
it
a
hanging? I was just there.
upstairs.
Up in the. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah, we had a cool little get together there.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah, I'm gonna see him soon. You know what? We had Stash do something at the gallery.
love Stash.
I know Stash. There was we had a
I haven't met him
activation.
personally, but
Yeah, no, he's
he.
super cool. And we had activation at Leica, and
Hmm.
he did a live spray painting downstairs on the wall downstairs. But Rob was so upset because he's like, put it upstairs on the patio so we can leave it there.
Right,
And I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. Why are we putting it downstairs and have to repaint over it?
right.
Why wouldn't we want to just put it out on the patio? So it didn't work out that way, but I'm still kicking myself in the head that we didn't put that out on the patio.
It's okay. Next
But
time.
we talked about you doing something in the patio.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have to remember that was something about a dog, a girl walking with a dog, something or other.
No, because it was supposed to be the vibe of like, uh,
I just remember there was a dog involved in this painting.
yeah, no, 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 like someone taking a photo of the dog, and then like,
That would be
how would you get the
cool.
essence of Leica? Because I think the most great photos, I guess, is how beautiful are photos of dogs and models. Like I thought, like something like that. But that was like for the New York store, I believe it back then. I was gonna do something, but then it changed. But yeah, anything like photos of dogs is cool.
Hmm. So when you're painting, do you listen to music?
Of course.
So, I thought that I would think so too, but I was talking to Stefan Johansson, whose painting was here earlier, and I asked him, and he's like, "No, I have to have it totally quiet." And
Hell
I'm like,
no, dude.
I can imagine like not painting to music. So you have your music going.
Yeah, I was painting to the Eagles this
Oh
morning.
my God, I love the Eagles. Do you paint to the Eagles?
Yeah, well, there's
That's
this.
great.
Well, Hotel California.
Yeah.
The outside of the album cover is the Beverly Hotel, but the inside of the album cover is at the Lido Apartments, like a block from my studio. And
Oh,
I just put that together watching this thing, so I'm like kind of. And then this dude Jensen I've been hanging out with, he was like telling me about like how he has the skull from the artist that did the cover of the album of the Eagles and all that. So I was
oh,
like down this Eagles rabbit hole, and like I used to love listening to that album and looking at that album as a kid. My brother had it.
I love the
And then so
Eagles.
I pretty much started to do a painting about that.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
So the music inspires you sometimes what you want to paint. That's
Yeah,
that's cool.
or it's like where I've been it's it's art. It's just you can't explain it. It's like music. It's like you can't touch it, but you
Yeah.
can hear it. It's
You
just
have to be in the mood too, don't you? You can't force yourself to paint, right?
yeah, no, 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 I don't no,
Because
yeah.
when I used to like to draw when I was little, and so I'm a closet artist as well, but I
Hmm.
couldn't just do it on on a dime. I'd have to really be in the mood to do it, and always have my music on with it. But I love the Eagles. I was fortunate enough to be able to hang out with Glenn Fry and go with him and his wife on his private jet to this golf tournament in Aspen a
I
million
love
years ago.
that.
It was really
Mhm.
cool. And then he performed at this restaurant in Aspen, and I at the time I thought it was cool, but like now looking back, I didn't even realize how cool that was. You
Right,
know what I mean? Like when you're young, you just think everything's like, oh, this is normal, you know?
right,
And it's not normal. It's not normal
right.
to go on a private jet with Glenn Fry and his wife and his family and go watch him play at a restaurant and hang out with him. And
That's very special.
yeah, it's very
Special.
special. I'm absolutely obsessed with the Eagles. And my friend Neil Preston, one of my favorite artists,
Mhm.
and still our number one seller at the gallery. Just the vintage rock and roll just does really good at our gallery, and he did some really beautiful photos of the Eagles. And he knows I love them, and then he sends me photos to sell at the gallery. And then one day I got a package in the mail, and it was this great picture of Glenn Fry when he was probably like in his early 20s,
Right.
smoking a doobie, and then a picture of the Eagles. And I was like, "Oh, I love this. I love these. How much? How much are they?" He's like, "No, no, those are for you." I'm
Right.
like, "What?"
Right.
He's like, "You've been selling so much. I want to give you something." I'm like, "Oh, I love it." So it's like in my living room, my prized possession. Love the Eagles. Love their
Me too.
music. I
And
know
like,
all the words.
no, I know, but also like all there. So there's like 12 of those skulls that this gentleman did the art on. Like Stevie Nicks has two, and then each of the band members I think have one. But my friend Jensen, this actor, great actor, he was telling me like how he has one, and then the artist's name, it starts with a B. I'm so bad with names.
Gosh, I don't know who the artist is either. It's a guy that did
Yeah,
album
it's a
covers for the
gentleman.
Eagles.
He's old school. He's from
Album
Texas.
cover.
He from Marfa. He
Marfa?
yeah.
We actually had
It starts with a
someone,
B.
Boyd Elder.
That's him.
Boyd Elder.
That's him.
The album cover features a cow skull sculpture. Okay, that's cool. So now Jensen knows this guy?
Well, he knew him because he got one of the skulls from him, and then also
Oh,
Stevie
that's
Nicks
cool.
has two of the skulls, and each I think of the Eagles have one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I would
For some
I
reason, he was
love
just
that you
telling me
like
that
the Eagle. I
story.
love that you like the Eagles. For some reason, I think you'd like punk rock music.
I love punk rock. I love
No, but
drums.
I just, some people that like punk rock music, they don't like the
I
Eagles.
like classic. I
Do
like
you like
jazz.
R&B?
I like R&B.
You
Yeah,
like
New Edition.
everything. Yeah,
Of
New
course.
Edition.
Who can't stand the rain? Like, let's go.
I love that. You
Like,
look like you could be in a boy band.
mm,
You do. Like when, you could have been in a boy band. So now out of all of your skills, oh, you do. You look like you could have been in the Backstreet Boys. I could totally
are
see you
you
up there dancing.
insulting me?
No, I think it's a good thing. People
Really?
love them. People love
I'm
the
just
Backstreet
joking.
Boys. Did
It's
you see
okay.
them at the SNL?
No.
SNL, they were on SNL, and everyone was going crazy over them, like especially all the SNL people, characters.
No, I love all
Um,
them. But you should wait. Let's go even deeper. What's that? Who's the guy who just had the movie where he plays the monkey and like all that wild stuff happens to
he
him?
plays a monkey.
Yeah, it's his first song he did was the George Michael song was his cover, and that kind of like put him on the map. I just went and saw the movie. My brain goes so fast, it's
A,
wild.
a movie about a singer, not
Yeah,
Bob
he's a
Dylan.
no, he's a
Wait,
singer. What other band song? He
a
was in a
boy
boy band. He
band?
was in a boy band. He did a George Michael song. He's from London, and then he became.
God, I don't know. Guys, do we know who he's talking about?
Come on, where he plays the monkey in this
He
new
plays a
movie.
monk. Who?
Robbie
Robbie
Williams.
Williams.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry now. Thank you.
See, love these guys.
Somebody just threw in a paper airplane that said Robbie Williams, but I don't even know
It's over
that
there.
movie.
You should pick
I
it
don't.
up.
Okay, I'm gonna go get it. Disco.
Yeah,
I don't know that movie,
it's a great movie.
but I like Robbie Williams.
It's a great movie.
Okay, well, I'm gonna see it. There's so many movies I want to see. You know what's really sad is I'm so busy. I wish I had time to see movies. The only time I get to see movies is when I'm on an airplane.
What's
And
sad about
I
that? You're flying in
I
the air
don't
watching a
I
movie.
know, but I saw Dune 1 and 2 on an airplane. You wanna see that on a
Love
big
Dune.
screen. I love it too. Oh, Greg Fraser's up right now, the cinematographer for Dune. He's up for the Oscar for best
And the
cinematography.
writer is from Seattle, the gentleman who wrote that
Yeah.
in the 60s, right?
Yeah, very good. Very good. So out of all these things that you do, acting, painting, skateboarding, and
Fatherhood,
directing, and
directing, yeah.
well, fatherhood doesn't count. That's gonna you always have to do that. But if
Yeah.
you could only do one, and you only could pick one, which one do you? And you had to just focus on
I
one
would
thing.
give it all back if I could just skate. Like
Really?
my ankle is like bone on bone, and like I like
Oh
walking.
yeah, you hurt you had Achilles
I would
tendon
give it all if I could just have
skate.
be able to always still again.
Wow.
I
So
had a
you're a ride
super
or die
high.
skateboarder
Yeah, I
guy.
love skateboarding. I'm
Oh, I
always
love
skateboarding in
that.
my head.
Are you good friends with Ray Barbee?
Of course, I love
Don't we
Ray.
love Ray? Who doesn't love? Have you ever heard somebody go Ray's an asshole? I mean,
No,
ever?
Ray's the sweetest
It's
gentleman.
so
The
nice.
first time I heard about Ray Barbee was from my dear friend Aaron Dieter in like 92
He's a
maybe.
sweetheart.
Aaron Dieter made up the Ollie Blunt and Ray Barbee was there doing hurricanes and kickflip 50/50s down the little rail. First time I heard about Ray Barbee.
He is amazing. He's coming on the show, but he wanted
I
to wait
bought
till
his
his book.
camera.
Oh, that's right. That's
I
right.
bought his
That's
camera.
right.
It's in my bag. I've
That's
been
so cool.
shooting
The
with that
Vans,
thing.
the checkered camera.
Hmm.
That's a good camera. Do you know that we have up in our storage space, uh, Halloween, well, a costume that you could put your head through. That's that camera. And I keep saying every year I'm going to wear that on Halloween. I always forget it's up there, but we have like that camera as a Halloween, as a costume, because someone was supposed to wear it at that show and we couldn't get
I would
any.
have wore it.
Nobody would put it on.
I would put
No,
it
everyone's
on.
like, I'm not wearing that, but I'm like, I will wear it on Halloween. But I love that camera. You're lucky you've got that camera. There wasn't that many.
And
They
actually,
sold in
he signed it.
sold in two
He
seconds.
signed it the
Yeah,
day that I got it.
yeah.
And I shot the first photo I shot was of Ray.
I love that. Ray is amazing. I just did a pop up with him at Mollusk in Santa
His
Barbara
art
last
is hanging
summer.
in my house.
He's
The
amazing.
photo I bought from
Which
the
one? Oh,
gallery,
the
the two
shoes.
shoes.
The
Yep.
shoes are great.
Hmm.
I love Ray's work. Yeah, he's got a new book coming out. So I asked him to come on the show. He goes, I would love to, but I want to wait till my book comes out. Then we can talk about
Yo,
my
where's
book.
my book at? I
Yeah,
just bought
where's
my
your
book
book?
yet.
Can we get the book in here? So Danny has a new book. Where can we buy the book?
You just go to my.
Do we have a Danny Minnick book out there
It's out
somewhere?
there
I
somewhere.
see Ed Justice Jr.'s book
It's
over there.
yeah, it's just you could just. It's on
Can you
my
get
website.
online on your
Yeah, of
website?
course.
What is your website so people
It's
can see
just
your
my
work?
name. Oh, that's the
Oh,
paperback.
here's the
512 pages.
this one?
Yeah.
This is the most awesome book. Wow, this is a beautiful book. Who made this book?
I got it made in London, the same people that do Christie and Sotheby's books.
Is this my book? Yep. I
Yeah,
love that you
that's your
signed
book.
my name in there. This is a really nice book and it's
Thank
actually
you.
very heavy.
Well, it's 13 years worth of work.
I
Shouldn't
love
it be
this.
heavy?
Oh my God, look at these. Yeah, but I have weak arms. This is incredible work. I'm so glad I have this book. I'm going to take this home and look at everything tonight. God, look at how beautiful that is. I love the picture you sent me of you painting with your daughter.
Oh, thank you.
That was so cute.
Yeah.
I love this. Wow,
Yeah.
you're a busy guy.
Mhm.
So what's next for Danny Minnick? Disco, what are you doing?
I love dogs. Like
Oh,
there's no. Let's talk about dogs. No, so
I know.
there's two paintings.
You
Of
do paint dogs a lot.
yeah,
And
no, there's
you
two.
love,
No,
yeah.
seriously, there's two paintings of El Jack in the show I have. The one's called El Jack, and it's about where he was tied to a tree because he's a rescue pug from Tijuana. They cut off half his tail, and he was tied to a tree.
Oh,
Seriously, and like it's an amazing dog. So one of the paintings is like that, and then the other painting is like it's called Jack. Jack is getting Shangy in the stew, and it's like literally Jack painting a portrait of Juicy Julie in the studio, and it's kind of like based on this story, true story, where one of my favorite artists had this one assistant named Shangy who was downstairs, and he was painting, and he's like, he locked him out of the studio. He was like, dude, you're my assistant. You're not here to paint. And locked him out of the studio, and Shangy never got to go back to the studio again. So that was a story that my friend told me, a true story. So I kind of like did my interpretation of that because my friend who was painting out of my studio, like I wanted him out of my studio.
I met that guy.
Yeah, I love him. He's the best.
What's his name again?
Stephen Torton.
Steven. Yeah. So so if he would just came in there and started painting his own stuff, you'd be like, "What are you doing?"
No, but it was kind of a joke. I just
Yeah.
have this joke because I would call Stephen Shangy. He's not Shangy. He was this. Stephen was the Shangy.
Steven's cool.
Stephen's the best. The assistant after Stephen was named Shangy, and that Jean picked up this like.
Shangy?
Yeah, that's his real name, Shangy. Like he's just like, yo,
Shangy,
dude,
roast beef guy.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's up with the people you hang around?
Well,
Shangy,
Shangy,
Mr. Roast Beef.
no, but he's a real guy, like named
Yeah.
Shangy, like he was Jean's
His
assistant.
parents called him Shangy?
I don't know. That was
Jesus.
so. I just called Stephen Shangy. It's just an inside joke, which is pretty funny. But actually, the painting is going to be shown in Boston. I love it.
That's so cool. So how long's the show up for?
2 months.
Oh, that's a nice long show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, are you gonna just go the one time, or are you gonna go back, or?
Maybe I don't know. Like it's a pretty like Artists of Humanity. The first night I donated a painting called "Don't Step on My Garden" about the Isabel Gardens, robberies and all that stuff. So that painting's being donated the first night, and all the proceeds go to Artists of Humanity and like the skate room and forum and like concepts and Nike. And a lot of people gave a lot of cool gifts for that to be raised for the community of Boston
Yeah,
and
it
the young
sounds like you
artist
do a
kids.
lot of charity work. It sounds
Yeah,
like
I
you've
do.
donated
Usually
a lot of
I
paintings.
donate 2 paintings a year, usually, yes.
Should I donate this to them for something?
No, your friend's dad's
Who's
friend
really
gave
gonna
that
buy?
to you.
I'm kidding. Can you
Oh,
imagine? Yes, I'd like that big, huge mug of Paris Chong. That
I
my
love
friends.
this. You look amazing.
I do love it. But you know what's funny? It's my friend Sean Black,
Hmm.
who's one of my favorite portrait artists. He actually did there's another photo of his out there with the guy with the
I
wings.
love the
So he
colors.
took this photo, and then my friend Marco's dad's like, "Send me a photo of you." And I don't even know why he was asking for a photo of me. And I sent him that, and then I was showing him my son, and I sent a picture of my son. And he, like, about 2 months later, he comes walking in the gallery with us, and then they did one of my son as well, which my son's hanging in my house.
I love that. I love the green.
I love it too. And these are made to float.
Mm-hmm.
So we were gonna do a whole show at
You
the
mean
Venice
float on the
canals.
water?
Float. These are supposed to be art to sell and to put in people's pools and lakes, and usually they're not framed. They framed this for me.
But is
Yeah,
there gesso on the back?
these are made to float. That was
Okay.
the whole concept of these. They framed this one for me. But yeah, they wanted to. We were gonna do a pop up at the Venice canals here in
Mm-hmm.
with on all the water, but Marco ended up having a little health problem, so we postponed it.
Okay.
But those are supposed to go in the like pool or the lake that some
You
wealthy
wish you
people
had
have a
this. You
lake.
wish you had this painting
I wish I had a
during.
pool, first of all, which I don't. But it gives me a motivation to get a bigger home to put up all of my art. But the killer Joan Jett I have at the gallery that
Mm-hmm.
I love, that I got at a charity event for my AIDS monument charity at Milk Studios, and I was just trying to get the bidding up. I wasn't actually thinking I'm going to buy that big huge photo, even
Right.
though I love Joan Jett and I love
Love
Brad
her.
Elterman. And so people were like, "Oh, Paris wants it. Don't bid on it." And it's Paris's. I'm like, "No, I was just trying to get the
You're
bidding
trying to
up." I'm
hype it
like,
up.
"Oh my God." So I went back the next day and I'm like, "What was I thinking? This thing is huge. I can't even get this in my car." So I was like, asked Willie from Milk Studios, like, "Can I just leave this here till I figure out how to get it to my house?" And then one day he's like, "I have a truck in the area. Let me just drop it off at the gallery." And so I was like, "You know what? I'm just going to put it up here." And I love that it's there because I get to enjoy it there because I'm at work more than I am at home, to be honest with you.
Right.
I live there.
Because what's interesting, I'll tell you a story. When I first started painting, this artist said that if you gesso the back, they'll float. Like,
Yeah,
so
they're
I
made to
did that
float.
for like all my first paintings.
Did
I'm
you?
like, okay, if someone's like
It's a
in a
raft.
boat,
It's a
like,
raft. If there's an emergency, you can actually
yeah,
float on
float on the
this. They
painting.
they needed this during the Titanic days, then she could have shared the space. But yeah, I think whatever it is, they float.
I love it.
I know. I think it's kind of cool too. My son didn't see that one. He just saw the one of him that I brought home, and he was like, "Mom, that's so big," and I'm like, "I love it." And then when he came here for the first time, he's like, "You have one too." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I never brought it home. I just brought it here since
This
there's
is
space
only
here."
like what, a 48 by 48? 36 by
Is it even
36?
like a 40 by
No, it's a
40?
36 by maybe.
Maybe 40 by 40 it
Or is
looks like to
it? Does
me.
someone got a tape?
Isn't it
I
funny?
usually have
Isn't
a
it
tape
fun? I
measure.
usually do too, but no, but when you've been doing art for so long, you're like, what is that? Like a 36 people are always like, how do you know that? I'm like, that's what I do.
That's what I
Well,
do.
gosh, I'm so glad you came in.
It's an honor to come in.
I know. I'm so glad you did because I caught you off guard because I called Danny up. I'm like, Danny, will you come on the Paris Strong Show? You're like, what the hell is that? I'm like, oh, I started a podcast. You're like, you
I
did?
love it. Well,
I
then
know, but then you were like, I don't know. Well, and you were I loved how honest you were about it because usually I just ask my friends, I'm like, because the concept of the show is just
mm,
me talking to my artsy fartsy friends,
mm.
just whatever you do, if it's artistic, we could talk about it. And so when I asked you, you're like, "Well, what is it?" And let me have a look at it first, and then I'll see. Because you're like, "I don't know if I want it. If it's something nuts or weird, I'm not gonna do it." But you looked at it and you're like, "I love Phil Caruso." So
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
let's do.
amazing,
He's
dude. All
incredible. I
those
just
all
saw
those
him.
photos from like Casino and like
He's
it's
amazing.
surreal. And I can't remember if I met him or not in New York, but
You probably did. Phil
I think I did.
Caruso.
Great
He's
work.
amazing.
Great work.
He's just incredible.
Great work.
He just invited me to sit at his table at the SOC this weekend. It's the Society of Camera Operators,
Hmm.
and it was just this very, very cool event. And I was so happy to sit there with him and
Yeah,
his
but also you
family.
haven't, the legendary photographer who has his book opening in New York at the Meatpacking District, like love him.
Uh,
Yes.
oh, you mean no, not Eli Reed. Wait, who had a book sign? Who had the book in? Oh, Matthew
Yeah,
Baton.
Matthew Patton, dude.
Matthew.
Yeah,
He
Mathieu.
sat right there.
Yeah, no, I love
I
him, dude.
love Matthew.
Like
His
he
whole
came,
family.
yeah, he came to the like a thing I had 2 days
Yeah.
before. Him and his son. His son is sick.
Miles.
Yeah, Miles is sick.
He's
He's super cool,
adorable.
dude.
Yeah, he's a good photographer too. I'm gonna do a
Yeah.
show soon about young, under 30 photographers. So, and
Yeah, but
he's
his
in
book
that.
is insane.
He's incredible. I'm in that book at the back.
I
Thank you,
haven't
Paris
seen it
Chong. Thank
yet.
you, Paris Chong.
He'll
Yeah.
he we traded books. He's supposed to give
Oh,
me
you
one.
did?
Yeah.
He didn't give you one yet?
Not yet, but he will.
Yeah, he will.
It might be at the store.
Then you can have it at the store. I'll
Okay.
hold you one at the store. So you go see your paintings on DannyMinnick.com.
No paintings on the website.
No, what's on the website?
Just about the show and the books, I think.
Just books.
Yeah.
Do you sell any merch?
No, just
Why? You
books.
should.
Mm,
No? No shoes like Ray?
No.
Ray Barbee did those shoes for Vans.
Yeah, I love Vans. I skated for Vans for 10 years when I was a kid, but like
Yeah.
I don't.
I like
I
these
did a thing
shoes.
with Gino Annucci.
I would never know what you did for a living if I just saw you
My
somewhere.
wife got me these for Christmas. I had a pair of blue ones. These are Converse and Ambush.
They're
I had
great.
some blue ones for so long. She got me these black ones. I was so overwhelmed when I.
Well, she's a keeper.
Oh, beyond.
Yeah, and I do have to say when I see people with painted clothes on, I love it because I love paintings. I really love paintings.
It's interesting because you can tell if the paint is um organically on there
Yeah, or
or
fake.
it's put on there.
Yeah.
I can tell that from a mile away.
Well, I think usually when it's this much paint, they're usually a painter.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite painter?
My favorite painter, I don't know. I like the gentleman who did the lute player. I like, I like Giotto. I like all the Renaissance painters. I mean, dude, Leonardo da Vinci. I love Leonardo da Vinci because when he started out, like, he would just draw birds because his dad was a notary and like get his dad's notary paper and draw birds and like, um, there's so many. It's like it, it
And it's
it's
a hard question. It's
it's
like, what's your favorite
wild.
song? But
Uh, Machine Gun by Jimi Hendrix, I think.
see, then it's easier to answer that than what your favorite painting is.
Yeah, because painting is like I'm just like visions are just going through my head.
Yeah,
I mean, of course, Jean Michel because he just broke
I
all the
love
rules and
him.
he's like so childlike. And Picasso, like, there's certain kind of painters. Y- it's like there's painters that like have to control the line, but then let the line control you. There's not many painters that could do both. You know what I mean? There's
Mm-hmm.
very like they have to be clean or they can't be soft. It's like if you could do both, that's for me. That's what I go towards. But I mean. I love like come on man, Francis Bacon's a
Yeah,
beast.
yeah.
Turner, beast. Like those people are on next level. Like but like that painting of like sitting there and having to go like that to me is not a dear friend of mine, Eric Dane, told me the other day when we went to a museum, it was like you could see like if someone sat with an easel and just going, that's cool. I love all art. But then there's someone that stands in front of a canvas and creates. And
Yeah.
then when you're standing in front of that, you're like, whoa, dude. And I didn't get that till my friend said that to me, and I've been painting a long time. He's like, dude, someone stood here and did this. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, I stand and create in front of a canvas every day, all day. But like to like even like Dylan McDermott was telling me like the painting you were just talking about, the Hollywood
Mm-hmm.
Africans. When I went to the Whitney with him, we were looking at that. I'm like, someone stood there and created that. That's a lot different in a different. It's a painting fast and like,
Mm-hmm.
and you can paint slow too. You get to take your moments. But to me, I like
How long does it take you to make a big painting, like an 8-foot painting?
8 foot by 8 foot. Like the first one I did was like took me like 6 months because it's oil.
That's a long time.
Yeah, and it was like two back to back. But that's all I had. Like, all I
Yeah.
had was that canvas and oil. That's to
What's the
my
most
name.
popular size that you sell?
5 by 5s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know you stretch your own canvas and do all that yourself. That's
Yeah.
important. You
Well,
know,
for
I
me, it's like it's for instance, like when I first started painting, right? This is like I first painted a couple paintings. One was like in 97 in LA. The next one was like in 2000 in New York. But I didn't know that my best friend, Chad, told me the time I could paint in his garage. I didn't know that you could buy canvases stretched or whatever. So I built all my own stretchers and stretched them. All my first paintings. Cause
but
I,
that makes it more authentic to me. You
yeah,
know what I
but
mean?
now like when you're painting so much, it's like I have my stretchers and I have an assistant, two assistants, great assistants that come in and stretch
They
them
do it
for
for
me and then
you.
I paint them. They just stretch them
Yeah,
for
but
me.
that still counts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I don't. It's weird to me when people just buy the canvas at a
I
store, and that's just weird to me if you're a painter.
Yeah, I
And I think
can't.
some people still do, right?
Yeah, that's cool. Like that's cool, but like like
You have to stretch your own. And
yeah,
yeah, do you make your own paint ever?
yeah,
Yeah,
yep, all the
that's
time,
cool.
all the time. Like whatever. And I'm always experiencing
Are you ever
it.
gonna have like your own paint? You can like do your own paint, like Danny Minnick paint. That'd be kind
Mm,
of cool, right?
yeah, that'd be cool. Like
Do you ever think of like doing other things with like you, but you don't sell any merchandise about with your art, which I think would be really
no,
awesome.
I did a cool collaboration with Gino Annucci. Like it was about I've known Gino for a long time. He's an amazing hockey player, but an amazing skateboarder. And I was like, how can I make the concepts with Gino to make it true and authentic of him? So it was like one of my characters. with a hockey stick and then using the skateboard with those skateboard wheels off, and that's the hockey puck. Like with that, oh, and I'm gonna do something cool with the skate room is
Yeah,
cool,
no,
but
what
like
do you ever use any mixed media like would you ever put a skate in like a painting or is that too weird?
I always there's skateboarding in all my paintings.
I know, but like an actual like real skate, like anything would you ever like do any mixed media like that where you're actually using other materials besides just the paint?
Well, yeah, no, I kind of did that with like this painting I did called the skateboarding in the 90s. The tenderloin has a beat. Oh, San Francisco is a treat. The tenderloin has a
Mhm.
beat, and it's pretty much the essence of like,
That's cool. That's the name of the painting? I
yeah,
love that.
that
What
painting's
is it?
amazing.
What's it called?
Uh,
What a cool name for a painting.
San Francisco was a treat, but the tenderloin has a beat because the tenderloin is insane right now.
Yeah.
So the painting had like the old school Embarcadero and the skateboarder, like it's in the book. The skateboarders with the cut off Vans with the gray
I want
duct
to see
tape.
it.
So I put like real gray duct tape and then put a white line, like because big T-shirts were good back then, but the skateboarding from that era is dead. So I did that, and then I
That's
had
such
like
a
this
good book.
bum like going nuts. It's just wild. But
There's
that
some
painting
good
was,
stuff in here.
yeah, that's the show I did with Michelle Lamy. Pretty much objects and stuff. It's kind of cool
I love it.
recreating like Lockwood, and
I love the way books smell, new books
I
smell. It
love
smells so
books.
good. Oh, look at Bambi.
Yeah, so that's called Man Bambi, and
Man,
that's about
Bambi.
like because it's been 50 years since they created Bambi, so it's public domain, and like the person that shot Bambi's mom is the most notorious
Oh,
bad person on the planet. So that's kind of like my interpretation of like Winnie the Pooh grabbing that dude by the neck and
I thought
like,
it was the people that locked up Dumbo's mom. Those people should go to hell. Remember that?
yeah,
They're
any
worse than the Bambi. They're both bad.
dude he shot
I'm
Bambi's
still
mom.
traumatized
It's
by
kind of
that
gnarly.
Dumbo scene, and Leo and I watched
Yeah,
that when he was little, and we
I
both
think it's
started crying. Which
there's
one is it? Look how cute you look.
that was the show, and I painted a Lamborghini live in front of all the people. It was crazy.
Where was I?
I was in Singapore.
Oh, that's a little far for me.
Okay,
Wow,
let me
look
see
at
this.
you.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm like,
I want to see this. I know it's very. Oh,
hold on, hold
sorry, I have
on.
weak arms. I could have kicked it over
Stop.
easier. No, I
Are we over
do.
time? Are we at an hour? Where are we at? That is Bob
How cool is
Marley.
that? Oh, I
And this
love
was
that. Oh
after
my God, that's
after
really,
I
really
saw the
good.
movie One Love, but I was chilling with my friend Scotty Sardine, a
One
great artist
love.
on set, and we were just he's from the island. We're talking about Bob and all that stuff, and I came back and
That's very
I
good.
painted that
Where is that
painting.
painting?
That sold it by Max Field show.
Oh, how did that go? Maxfield seems like a
It went
cool place.
okay. It went okay. It was a book release, but where's this one thing I want to show you?
I remember you did invite me to that one, but I wasn't here or something. No, it's
Sure,
not. Yeah,
sure,
no, I wasn't here.
sure.
I travel a
Oh, and
lot
this painting is
lately.
called "I'm Gonna Get Married," and that's like me and
Oh,
my
you
friends,
willed it.
and I did
You
it.
willed it. Where'd you guys get married?
The Chateau Marmont.
Nice.
Yeah, I had 60 friends.
That
It
is
was
a
very.
perfect place to get
It
married.
was
Did you
very.
see any ghosts?
No.
Did you stay the night?
Yeah, we had the penthouse.
No
We
ghosts.
had the best. I guess I didn't put it in here. I thought I did.
I
Guess
think you
not.
did.
Maybe I didn't. I don't know, dude.
So, do you ever sell? Who's selling the most of your paintings? Which galleries are you working with right now?
I only have one gallery, or
Which
two now. One in Boston and one.
do you ever sell for in your own work?
Do
Like, do
I
you have people come over and
to
just
my
like,
studio?
yeah?
Yeah, all the time.
Do you prefer that?
Yeah, of course.
Because you get to keep all the money.
No, it's not about that. It's just about you get to meet the people and oh, if you want to talk about skateboarding here, I'll just talk about one more thing that's very special to
You
me.
can talk about whatever you want. We're not
Thank
trying to
you.
rush
No,
you
no,
out of
no,
here.
no, no, but
Aren't you glad you
like,
came?
of course. Okay, so a dear friend of mine talk about skateboarding. I was on a company called A Street. Mike Trinansky is like the forefather of like all the, great pros and all this stuff. So when I was like 16, 17, he filmed my video part and like we'd have to go film skateboarding, but we'd use car headlights for a generator. So Mike would take you to the craziest spot, like you gotta skate this ledge and there's car headlights and it's like dark and all this stuff. So I did this piece called
Oh, I love that.
filming with car headlights to school at
I
MT.
love
Like
this
so
book.
this is a
This is a nice
triptych,
book.
but then like here it is on the street. You see how the car headlights are?
Yeah,
And I did it on the street.
so cool.
So anyways, when I had my show at Max Field, it was
You're just a
this
cool dude, Danny.
stop.
No,
The
really, you
17th
are. I didn't
is it
ask any
January?
geeks to come in here. Are you kidding me?
March. It was I can't even remember if it was March or May. I believe it was March 15th I got married and the show was March or was it May 17th? Anyways, so on that day, my friend Jacob come and he goes, Danny, you know what day it is? I'm like, it's the day of my show, whatever. He's like, no, it's been 30 years since MT died of the day of the book release of that. And that piece was actually in the show. Mike was the first one that kind of was like a mentor to me, who kind of looked out for me and kind of inspired me to, like, my first skate film in 95 was called Brotherly Love, and it was dedicated to Mike. And it was all about like the skaters and like that. And that kind of like propelled me to the next level of like cinematography and all that really cool stuff. And yeah, it's cool.
Well, you know, I curate for this. I do the still life shows every year for the ASC, the American Society of Cinematographers. You have to come to the next one. It'll be in fall.
Okay.
It's a really cool place. It's a 100-year-old clubhouse and all the best cinematographers in the world. And then you can be there too.
Yeah, I had in the skateboarding a skateboard cinematographer, the first one to be named that in the Cinematographer magazine.
That is so
With
cool. I
Man on
saw
Fire.
that.
Danzel's on the
Yeah.
cover of that one.
Congratulations.
Got to bring home the bacon.
Yeah, that's right. Just keep selling your own paintings. The studio. I don't know, but if I were an artist, I'd be happy to have a gallery, but I'd also be happy to just be selling my own stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I've been
that's
doing this a long time.
no, that's the best. It's because you
Yeah.
get to meet the client and you know
And
they're
you have a
not.
lot of celebrity clients,
Yeah,
I noticed.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Do you meet these people through galleries or do they find you online or how do you know these people?
Some people like my friend Keegan, who is an amazing lawyer from Boston, he sent me a DM asking if he could come to the studio, and I was like, kind of. But he said he's from Boston. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And from that, meeting him and having him come to the studio and buy some work, literally leaded to my Boston show now. So you never know. So always keep the door open, but always be aware, and you could read people very well, at least for me, that I know they want to buy the work because they love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Only thing about art is you have to love it. Like,
I love art. I'm like the crazy art lady. That's why my son
Yeah.
gets mad every time I come home with another piece of art. He's like, no, we don't have any
Yeah.
more room. But can I share the invite with a couple of friends in Boston?
Send it
So I
to
have a
whoever you
couple of
want.
gallery director friends out there.
Bring them all. I want the curator from the museum that event happened. We sent an invite to her. I hope she comes.
I hope so too. Well, Robert Klein, and then we have our Boston gallery director Bell. I'll send that to them. But
Yeah, they should all come. They should come to both nights.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to ask.
They
before
should
I
have
just
Leica put up a camera for the raffle, right? Maybe.
I don't know. It's not that we haven't done that before. They're hard. People. I don't even have a Leica. People don't even. They're so expensive to make. The glass. It's like they're.
Hold on. See, I gotta see what time it is.
Yeah. So, anyways, you never know. It's not that it's never happened before.
No, Paris, it's all good. I really love what you're doing. I really love the show. I really love your dog. It's a pleasure meeting your son. Your crew, everyone's amazing.
Thank you.
Art is a very special thing.
It is.
And so are you.
Oh, what a great way to end the show. Okay, thank you everybody for listening to Danny Minnick's show. I'm Paris Chong.
Danny Minnick's show. This is Paris show.
To Danny Minnick's show on the Paris Chong show. This is Danny Minnick's show. Danny Minnick's show. It's actually Disco's show. It's the Paris Chong show. And thanks to my team. I love you guys. And we'll see you next time.
You want to look in the mirror? You want to look in the mirror?
It's the Paris Chong show. Chong show. It's a Paris Chong show. It's a Paris Chong show. Sit down and chat for a while. Tell me everything you know. Let's be naughty, let's be nice. It's the Paris Chong show.